Hi, welcome to our first ever Flyaway Friday. We're going to see how this works. We're hoping for the whole year that as the Atlantic Baptist women, young and old, and whoever else would like to join us, that we will celebrate our 150th birthday as Atlantic Baptist women, which is amazing that we are at 150 years, but that we will spend the whole year celebrating mission in a slightly different and creative way. We are calling it that we are collecting butterflies, and we are releasing butterflies, and we are sending out butterflies, and lots of things to do with butterflies. The reason why is because we've been using butterflies as a symbol for Camp Intermission for a few years. Because butterflies, they go through a lot to get to who they are when they get to fly and they get to share the beauty of their colors and their story with the world when they get to fly and be who they were designed to be. And we know that we're all sort of going through a rough time right now, and we don't quite know when the end is coming of what life is like right now. And it means we can't meet together the way that we used to and the way that we want to, and we can't help each other and do mission the way that and serve other people the way that we think we need to on a large scale or when we're all together. And we just want to remind everyone that our little things make a difference too. And there's something that's called the butterfly effect, and the idea is that a butterfly's wings, when they are flying in one part of the world, eventually it affects everything and can affect something on the other side of the world just from something that small. And so the idea is sort of like the ripple effect with when you throw a stone into a pond or a lake and you see the ripples go out. So we are going to let our small acts of kindness, our small gifts of love and hope and encouragement that we can do from wherever we are, whether we are in isolation in a tiny apartment, whether we are on a beach somewhere, whether we are able to be in a large group or not, we can still love one another. And we're going to call those gifts butterflies this year, so we can keep track of them, because a group of butterflies is called a kaleidoscope, which I think is a beautiful image. So we are making kaleidoscopes of butterflies, and on Fridays I'm going to come on and tell you about some of the butterflies I've been hearing about. So I'm on the search for butterflies. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about what types of things people are doing. So here are some little things that I've done in the last couple of weeks. My goal is, if we can do 3 acts of kindness, acts of love, gifts of service a week for the next year, we'll have each done 150 by the time we get to next year, which will celebrate our 150th anniversary. I know, right? Anyway, so one of the things I did, which is a very tiny thing, but I think it was a gift to help somebody else, is see this right here? I know none of us really like getting to wear masks. Now, I'd been looking into them beforehand, before all of this COVID stuff started, because of some of my allergies and immuno stuff. But these are super easy. I made these from a t-shirt, and so I made a few of them from t-shirts and gave them to some friends who I knew were going to have to go back into buildings way before I was going to have to, just in case they didn't have one or they needed an extra one, because these t-shirt ones you can just throw in the wash. And so that was one little thing that I did. Something that someone did for me is I got a message from one of my students last weekend just saying, I'm thinking about you because I know that this was supposed to be your Camp Intermission weekend and you've got to be bummed about that. So I just wanted you to know that I'm thinking about you. And I thought, wow, what a gift that she would be thinking of me and knowing me enough and knowing my schedule enough to know that that was a big event and a big disappointment to not be able to spend the weekend with all of the girls as usual. And I saw that someone else, one of our young young girls has been chalk outlining on her driveway and putting little messages of hope on the driveway for anyone walking by to try to make them smile and encourage their day. And I saw someone else that had painted rocks and put them out in the park or in the woods as people are walking by, just to try to make somebody smile. Now, those are some little ones, and we can do lots of little things to help serve one another. I know others who have been baking bread and sharing it with the people around them and with their neighbors, and I think that's wonderful. I don't really cook much, but that's okay, but I love to enjoy it, and so I think it's a wonderful gift, those that can do that. But one of the things, I do know someone who did a really, really big butterfly today. One of our young women and some of her fellow students gathered together and set up a peaceful rally where they took a knee and they shared their stories of how they have not been respected and the ways that they have been disrespected and know that they haven't been heard or listened to in the past. And because of my immuno things, I couldn't be kneeling beside them there, but I honor and appreciate the gift of that huge butterfly that they gave in sharing their stories with the world. And so yes, you could do a very big butterfly, or you could do lots of little ones, and all of those things make a difference. So what I would like to know is, see, I have this beautiful bucket. I don't know if you can see this beautiful bucket, and I am collecting butterflies in it. And so what I'd like you to do is, as you do something for someone else, or if someone does something for you and you would like to share that, send me a message on Facebook, or send me an email, or give me a call, send me a photo, do something, let me know what other people are doing, and on Fridays I'll share some of those stories so we can encourage one another with the work that we are doing. I am taking a course this week about the prophets, and we are spending a lot of time on the book of Micah, and I've been thinking about that a lot in the last few weeks. And one of my favorite verses is in there, and it asks, what does the Lord require of us? And it is to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with our God. And so to me, that's part of what we can do here. Part of our butterflies is that we do justice, and we love kindness, and we spend time with God, and don't puff ourselves up to be more than that. So as we gather together our butterflies and we share the way that we are loving others, I hope that this will be an encouragement. I'm going to put it on our YouTube channel as well every week for those who are either not on Facebook or are too young to be on Facebook yet, so that they can join in too. And hopefully we will have lots of stories to share over the rest of the year of all of the wonderful ways that you are loving and serving the people around you, near and far. It could be as simple as a message, or a letter sent to someone away, or a phone call, or it could be something big like my young friend that I was telling you about. So I'm encouraged. I can't wait to see what you're doing. You can do it as a group of people doing something, or you can do it individually. Just share love and hope, and share our colors of love, our wings, with the world, so that they can see that we do justice, and we do love kindness, and that we do walk humbly with our God. See you next week.